Welcome back in with King Family to another F1 Manager 2022 video, and we're continuing our career with our Styrian Grand Prix. So we're going to be doing the Red Bull Ring in this one. So let's jump straight into it. Remember to smash that like button. Come on, guys. If you guys are not smashing the like on these videos, really appreciate you guys who watch these videos. Just remember to tap that like button, as you know it helps with the algorithm of the video. All right, and let's jump straight into it for the Styrian Grand Prix. All right, so free practice, we're gonna set our race targets. There we go. Red Bull Ring, 71 laps at the Red Bull Ring, so a pretty long race, possibly a 2-stop or possibly a 1-stop with mediums, depends on what the rest of the pack starts on. All right, we're gonna put in our qualifying positions, and as you know, if you want to get more money out of these, if you know both your drivers can perform good, you could always increase that to 2 drivers. I like to drop it down to like P7 just in case, because you never know. And then Q3, oh, this is a qualifying. We'll keep that at P6. Both drivers should at least qualify at P6, and then you could just put both drivers to make it to Q3 there, and you're making a little extra money already. For race targets, you can go in there and we can select that for the fastest lap, and that's that for that. All right, so race targets set. Let's jump on into free practice. Remember, guys, smash that like button, and if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, remember to subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and let's jump into it. The Red Bull Ring, the Austrian Grand Prix. Let's go.
The battle is surely going to rage this weekend. Welcome to the Green Hills of Austria. The Red Bull Ring hosted its first Grand Prix in 2014, and it's been spectacular ever since. The Red Bull Ring is one hungry beast of a power track. Drivers face a steep climb up to turn 3 and a fast ride downhill through wide corners and straights thereafter. There's plenty of opportunity to overtake here, especially with the help of 3 DRS zones. We're about halfway through the season now, and there's still plenty of time for everything to change. All eyes are on the teams and how they tackle the rest of the year. The weekend begins here.
There we go. All right, so we're going to be jumping into free practice here and get our free practice done. If you have not seen our video on how to make the most out of your free practice, just go back to the channel there and you can search for it, how to master free practice in F1 Manager 2022, and that will take you to our video on what we do in free practice to get the best. All right, so for the sake of the video, we're going to be jumping through free practice here, so let me get my free practice done. All right, guys, so there we go for FP3. Our drivers didn't put up a good lap time for FP3 because we were using hard tires to go long. As you saw, we do 52 laps with both drivers, and that's our setup. So we got 99% actualization with Lewis Hamilton and 100 on his car setup, and we had 100 actualization for George Russell and 93 on his setup. So we're looking good for the Styrian Grand Prix here. So let's jump on into qualifying and see what we can do from there. All right, so here we go for qualifying of the Austrian Grand Prix. If you have not seen our video on how to make the most out of your qualifying, make sure you check back on the channel and you'll see that video, how to get the most out of qualifying, so you see what we're doing in qualifying to get the most out of our car. All right, so let's jump on to the end of qualifying so we can jump straight into the race. All right, guys, so there we go for qualifyings. We're going to be starting P5 and P6. Lewis Hamilton behind George Russell here in this one. So that's where we are going to be starting. Ferrari and Red Bull still ahead of us. We didn't bring any new upgrades to the Austrian Grand Prix. So yeah, let's jump on into the race and see what we can do.
Here we are, folks. We're back for another day of scintillating F1 action. It's race day.
We saw a reasonable push from Mercedes in qualifying, and they'll have plenty of opportunities here to achieve a great result. This weekend, Red Bull displayed real promise during qualifying, but will they fulfill that potential by the time they reach the checkered flag? The weather is very overcast here, and teams are staring at the sky, watching for the first sign of rain. Strategies might have to be quite flexible going into today's race.
And this is the moment where it all comes together. So prepare for another thrilling race here at the Austrian Grand Prix.
All right, so here we go for our race at the Red Bull Ring. Heavy rain is expected. Oh no, heavy rain. Let's go see when the rain is going to come out and when we should select our tires. All right, so here we go for the Austrian Grand Prix. We see rain is expected. So we're going to be looking at our tire stats here. So we're expecting rain about lap 35. Yeah, about lap 35 is where that rain cloud is going to be coming. So we're going to have to go for wet tires at that point. As you can see, it's heavy rain. So if we start off with mediums, let me see how much laps we could get with those mediums. Nice. So those mediums will bring us right into that rain. So we're going to select those mediums. We're not going to be putting in any tire strategy. We're just going to go for some fresh, brand new mediums. And those mediums should bring us right into that rain. And then we'll switch for those wet tires. All right, so let's jump on into it.
A somewhat overcast day for the drivers.
Here we go
who've now
for
taken position on the
Styria
grid.
Grand Prix. Let's get into it. Remember to smash the
Here
like
we've
button
got
if you haven't
George
already
Russell.
done so, guys.
A top 10 position
We need to get
today.
at least 200
Will
likes
they
on
be
this
able to
video, or we're
capitalise
trying to
on
get
it?
at least 200 likes on this video.
Looking
Really
down the
appreciate you
grid,
guys
it's Hamilton.
for all your support. Come on,
Not as
smash
close
that
to the
like
front
button,
as they
guys.
might
Let's
have
go.
wished for, but we
Let's
know
go.
the race order can change a lot during those
Right,
first
so we
few
have on 2
corners.
fresh mediums, and we're
Teams
gonna
are ready to go.
be pushing these mediums onto that rain. We're
The
gonna
crowd
go
are
for
ready,
wet
the
tires.
cars are ready. It's the Austrian Grand Prix.
After the race starts, I'll show you a little tip
And it's
to
lights
improve
out,
your
and away
races.
we go.
All right. So we see George Russell, Lewis Hamilton filing in behind George Russell there for a little slipstream off Russell, leaving that inside wide open for Lando Norris, but he did not take advantage of that. Now Lewis is going to be going into the outside, trying to see if he can probably overtake Russell. We're not going to give any team orders here for George Russell. We're just going to let them drive. They'll just have to drive and sort themselves out at this time. So let's bring up the weather. So there you see. So whenever you're playing the game and you see those rain showers with a lot of lines right there where you see 100 and 100 on the rain, that means that's going to be heavy rain. So you'd have to switch to wet tires. You cannot switch to intermediate tires when you see those rain clouds. All right, because the inters are going to slow down once the track has 4 millimeters of water on it. And the inters are going to be slowed compared to the wets. So you want to go for wet tires, not intermediates. All right. If it's scattered showers like where you see 85, 75, 75, 65 and stuff like that, then you could go for intermediates. But once you see 100, you want to go for wets. All right. Always remember that. Alright, let's see Russell sticking to them. Hamilton kind of dropping off, but he should be able to pick up and close down that gap. We're waiting for DRS to be available. Then we're going to start to push our drivers with ERS and see what they could do. Lewis Hamilton still kind of dropping back, but he's still behind George Russell here. 8 seconds off of Russell. And we're going to push both our drivers once the DRS has started, which is going to be the end of this lap. So we will definitely be in that train, but we can definitely pull. We see Hamilton now pulling away from Norris, getting Norris out of DRS on him there. So we should have DRS on Russell. Let's go overtake. Let's go overtake. So our drivers will push. So once we hit that next straight, we should have DRS. And our drivers should pull away. Alright, so there goes DRS on Russell and DRS on Hamilton. As you can see, those rear wing are wide open, and we see George Russell picking up on Perez nice and early. All right, so we're gonna cut back down to neutral. Cut back down to neutral on our ERSUs. Let's watch that overtake.
Let's have a look. Now let's look at this. Here's George Russell.
George Russell all around the outside of Perez. There he goes, flying. Perez did not get DRS there, so we had DRS and pick up that position. Nice overtake from Russell.
Just incredible maneuvering. The driver's team there cheering them on.
Team loving it. All right, so Russell is within DRS on Leclerc. So we're gonna push him for overtake right around here because we have DRS around here. So we're gonna push overtake for both our drivers here.
Overtake press.
So they will push on this DRS straight right here and then the main straight.
So you have overtake. Okay.
So let's get them to push on the back straight here. They both should have DRS. Russell outside of the gap. Perez and Hamilton now have DRS on George Russell. Hamilton putting in a great lap down the inside of Perez. Lewis Hamilton, great overtake. And we're going to let him overtake Russell naturally. There he goes. Flying by Russell. And we'll just let Russell continue to cruise behind Hamilton. He should now have DRS on Russell.
Now watch this. Lewis Hamilton.
Great overtake from Lewis here. Perez down the inside of Russell as well with DRS flying. No stopping him there as Russell let him through and blocked Perez. Great drive from George Russell as well.
I think it's safe
Super
to say
great drive.
that went down well with the team.
All right, so we'll let Lewis Hamilton continues to push as Russell as well continues to push. Who is this? Is this George Russell going back at Lewis Hamilton? Yes, it was Russell going back. Why did Lewis just slow down like that and let Russell get back at him there? Now they're battling it out with each other. We're just gonna let them battle. We're not gonna try and let anybody slow up our team orders anybody. We're gonna let them battle. We are within DRS on Leclerc. That's just where we want to be, within that DRS zone on Leclerc or ERS. We'll have to cut that down to harvest after this corner. But yes, there we go. All DRS train flying, hunting down Leclerc. Let's harvest that, and Russell bring him down to neutral as Lewis harvests. And we'll let them drive naturally. Let's go neutral now with Hamilton as he harvests a good amount.
Yep.
Russell out there in P3. Hamilton P4, looking good. We want to push George Russell here to see if he can overtake Leclerc on the next DRS zone. So we're gonna tap up that overtake button right about that there.
You have overtake.
And that should give him the power he needs to get a clean exit of that corner and then a cracking lap behind Leclerc here. There he is flying down behind Leclerc. Here he goes.
So watch out for ERS.
His ERS is over, so he had to file back in line.
There's the fastest.
He had to file back in line. So we're cutting back down to harvest. Verstappen got overtaken by Carlos Sainz and Leclerc. Double overtake there on Max Verstappen. And the train is nice and defined at this moment. Out in the front, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars. It's nice and defined. And ERS is what we'll have to use to kind of pull away. Let's see, our tire management is within the degradation is right within the weather. So we don't want to be too aggressive on those tires just yet. We want to keep them going. Let me see how aggressive the rest of the front row is on their tires. So everybody's on the same kind of level on tires. Not too aggressive, they're on standard. Right, so at this time we want to charge.
So just charge that pack.
Let's charge. Incident in sector 2. Seems like somebody skid off the track. Another car
That
run
sounds
wide.
like someone's gone wide there.
We don't. Let's take a look.
Closer look. Now let's look at this. The focus
Running
on
wide is
Tsunoda.
just them going off the
Goodness
track
me.
a little bit,
They're
just like that,
completely
and
off the
come back
racing
on.
line.
So it's nothing too exciting to see.
And that was a bitter blow for the team. And it may have really hurt their...
Alright, we're still within DRS as we harvest. We're just using the DRS train to pull us along as we harvest, or ERS. So we're just trying to keep up with these guys with the DRS train. So that pulls our ERS along while we harvest. Russell 7 seconds off now. Lewis Hamilton trying to break the toe of Perez. We'll keep harvesting for now. Hamilton 6 seconds off George Russell. Russell doing a pretty good drive here. You want to watch that timing screen as we stick with DRS within the train. And Perez is just all over the back of Lewis Hamilton. Leclerc now overtook Sainz for the lead. Now Sainz with DRS will be coming back at Leclerc to take back the lead. So the front of the race is where you, oh, look at that. That was wasn't that an incident between Hamilton and Leclerc? Oh man, that was definitely an incident. Let's cut them up from harvesting now.
No need to charge.
Hamilton basically dropped way back outside of DRS. I don't know what happened there. That was an on-scene incident that the game is not even seeing that incident. It's not even talking about it. Now Perez is gonna have DRS on Hamilton. Nothing much we could do about that. We'll just let him pass and then we'll stick to him. We'll get back DRS on him when he passes on the next straight. Alright, so there he is now going in front of Lewis, and then we'll get back DRS on him here and we'll take back that position. There we are with our DRS. Hamilton attempting to take back the position. Will he get back the position here? He's on the outside. He's on the inside. He's on the outside. Perez defended. Good defense there. He has DRS now. George Russell sticking to the front runners while Hamilton struggles in the back here.
Copy.
Lando Norris spin in turn 13.
Lando Norris.
Ooh.
They lose it there. That's
Yep.
the spin.
Yep, that's a dirty spin, and then he just sits there and loses a few
The
positions.
team are really disappointed with that. Let's hope it doesn't set them back too badly.
Alright, so let's get back into our race. We need to push Hamilton behind Perez here to overtake. And we need to push Russell to overtake as well, and see if we can pick up some positions with this ERS.
Overtake will be available.
As Hamilton just kind of slammed into the back of Russell's car. Nobody said anything about it. It wasn't discussed. It just happened, and everybody just forget about it. Here comes Russell now on the DRS train. Alright, Hamilton picked off Perez.
This is awesome work, Lewis. Come on.
And let's see if he can pull away. We're gonna have to start going aggressive on these tires as we're bringing them right up. Let's watch that overtake.
Now, just watch the Mercedes.
And because of the DRS that Perez has on us, it's gonna be pretty hard for us to catch up. to the guys at the front. We're now 2 seconds behind them. 2 seconds behind. It's going to be pretty hard to catch up because we're not going to get DRS at this portion. Perez is going to get DRS on us. And we're 2 seconds behind now. Here comes Perez with DRS now. Rear wing wide open, and he's flying.
You had fastest lap.
Hamilton set the new fastest lap while he's being overtaken by Perez. Alright, let's cut him down to neutral. And let's cut down to neutral. Alright, so Russell is up to P3. Nice drive from Russell here.
Definitely broke your game here. Well done.
Beautiful drive. Let's watch that overtake.
Now let's look at this. Here's George Russell.
Nice DRS train, and he got the better exit because of the overtaking, and he just fly down there with
Moving up a
DRS
place there.
into
Excellent
P3.
work from them. That was a big moment. The team
All
are
right.
clearly delighted.
All right, so here's my plan now. Here's my plan. We want to go to pit with
It's a
Hamilton
race position gained
right,
for Mercedes.
and Hamilton
Let's have a
retook
look.
the position
Now
from
watch
Perez.
this.
He and
Lewis
Perez is going to be
Hamilton involved in
battling
this one.
back and forth for these position in the DRS zone. My main plan right now is to get Lewis Hamilton as far
They take
away from
advantage and
the car
muscle their
behind
way
Perez
through.
as possible.
Excellent work.
So when the weather starts and we pit for those wets, we're going to pit one of our drivers early for those wets, and then we'll come around at the optimal time to pit our second driver. All right. So Hamilton is not gonna be able to pull away from Perez here, or Perez is not gonna be able to pull away from Hamilton unless something drastic happens. All right, we're gonna cut to harvest.
Charge the pack. Yeah, Roger.
Harvest. As we stick with this, with the DRS train. Russell harvesting with the DRS, so he's not flying too much. And here comes DRS from Verstappen. Lewis picked it back up in front of Perez.
It's a race position gained from
And here
Mercedes.
comes Verstappen back on Russell with DRS. He got a great exit. And let's see if Russell can defend here. Let's see if Russell can defend. He got the better line. So he's going to take that position back from George Russell. And Russell is going to be sticking back. Hamilton lose back that position to Perez.
Red Bull
And he's
moved
going to
up.
stick. So we're just going to harvest a little bit here. Keep harvesting a little here. The meat of the matter is going to happen mainly when the rain is going to come. You don't want to push these tires too hard because we wanted them to make it to that lap 35. As you can see, that's where they're basically going to be dropping off at lap 35. If the AIs go to pit long before lap 35, then that's good news for us. But let's see. All right, we can cut to neutral now on our ERS.
Charge the pack. Copy.
Hamilton picking off Perez once again.
Charged.
Alright, so Perez had DRS on him there. George Russell back up to P3. Leclerc got pushed back.
This is good stuff.
Let's keep going, guys. Alright, so we're going to be putting a little bit of speed on it for the sake of time because we're just watching the same thing over and over. So let's put some speed on it. Alright, so George Russell was up to P2. Now he's down back to P3 as the DRS train continues at the front. And Lewis Hamilton still within DRS as he battles with Perez as they both continue to create distance on Ocon. Exactly what we want to see. Alright, so that's what's going on. We're going to speed it up a little bit more as we get closer to the change. So here we are, lap 21. Lap 21, Hamilton P6 still battling it out with Perez. DRS for DRS. Russell still sticking with the front runners here as we continue to push to the tire change. Let's see the tires. Looking good, looking good. Everybody's tires are looking good. Perez on hard, so he's going to be going long, but we're waiting for that wet weather to come in. There it is, so we're a few laps away from it. Lap 35 is where it's going to be coming in. So yeah, let's speed it up to about lap 30 from here.
It's a race.
All right, so the train is still running here. We've caught up to our first lap car. Hamilton and Perez still running there, as you can see. Though they have dropped back far from the front runners, they're still battling it out with each other, picking up with DRS and then picking back up with DRS. So they're still battling it out. George Russell still fighting here. There we go, picking up Verstappen. So we're now up to P2. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That back marker just blocked the race line there, causing both cars to just push off. Let's see if he can block up Verstappen here. If that back car could block up Verstappen and let Russell and Sainz pull away. There he goes, blocking up Verstappen. Just what I said. He's blocking up Verstappen, and Russell and Sainz got a little chance to pull away there and leave Verstappen outside of DRS. So that was an incredible run, blocking up there. I mean, that was crazy. So Russell is now right on Sainz as they pull away from Verstappen and Leclerc here, who are going to be battling it out DRS to DRS. Verstappen and Leclerc and Sainz and Russell are going to be battling it out DRS to DRS, just like how Perez and Lewis Hamilton is here battling it out DRS to DRS. All right, so here comes George Russell for the lead of the race. There's nothing we can do. We can't boost him to pull him away. He's not going to pull away too far. Sainz is going to be having DRS back on him, and it's just going to be a DRS battle from here on in between Sainz and Russell. On Verstappen catching back up to Sainz there, getting back into DRS. So it's going to just be a train of DRS battling for both our drivers here as Hamilton moves up on Perez. Can he pull away? No, he cannot. I was hoping that when Hamilton passed Perez, let's go deploy here. Perez is going to have DRS on him, so it doesn't even matter to deploy and see if we could break that DRS train, but he's going to have DRS, so just cut back down to normal because it doesn't matter. He's going to have DRS on him, as these guys now have DRS on George Russell going down the straight. Will Russell allow Sainz to overtake? Not today, says George Russell, as they continue to battle. So let's speed it up to about lap 30 from here. In the lead with Verstappen and Leclerc, while Perez and Hamilton still battling it out for P4 and P5, DRS to DRS. So Carlos Sainz pulled the trigger nice and early. Classic Red Bull. Classic Ferrari, I should say. Classic Ferrari there. And look at that. Rain is imminent. Look, who's that? Verstappen going into pit. Let's see if he's going to follow. Let's see if he's going to follow and come back on hard tires when rain is imminent. It's going to be raining in a few laps. A few laps, the rain is going to be coming in. Let's see what tires Verstappen's pits for. Hamilton taking that lead. We just wanted Hamilton to extend. Yep, Verstappen boxing. All right, so Hamilton and Perez continue to battle it out there. We want to see the tires. The tires is what I want to see.
This is awesome.
What Verstappen pitted for? Hard tires. So Verstappen has pitted for hard tires. So only Russell, Leclerc, and Lewis Hamilton and Perez are the front runners who did not go to pit. All right. So this one looks very interesting, guys. Will we see Will we see Leclerc going to pit now? Let's keep a close eye on that. Will we see Leclerc going to pit now? That's going to be an interesting question. Will we see Leclerc going to pit? Hamilton still on Perez. Yep, Leclerc went in. Leclerc went in, guys. Oh my God. Leclerc went in. Leclerc went in. And it's going to be raining in a few laps. Raining in a few laps. And they all just pitted. We're just going to keep pushing our tires. Yep, we're just going to keep pushing our tires. This looks like a 1-2 possibilities here. Definitely looks like it's possible for a 1-2 here. Here comes now Lewis, all out there. All right, so George Russell all by himself. We're going to go a little bit aggressive on those tires. And we're going to bring Lewis now to go a little bit aggressive on those tires as he and Perez battle it out. Who's that? Back marker. Oh, George Russell overtaking a back marker. All right, so he's 3 seconds out in front of Perez and Lewis, who are now going to be Lewis, who's going to be now pushing. All right, so lap 35 is where I said the rain is going to be coming in, just 5 laps away. And we've seen the front runners already pitted for hard tires, all of them. All right, so it's looking good. We have a 15 seconds lead, and we're just going to wait for the rain to come and just pit to wet tires once, and that should do it for us. All right, so here comes Lewis flying to catch up to Ricardo there, who's going to be the back marker. There he is, him and Perez battling it out. DRS for DRS. All right, Perez on hard, Lewis on mediums. George Russell balling here. Ricardo sticking to Russell. I don't know why. He now has DRS. He's a back marker. So I don't know. It's Lando Norris. It's Lando Norris, not Ricardo. I don't know why he's even sticking to Russell. I don't know. Probably trying to slow down Russell so Perez and Hamilton can catch up.
Red Bull moved up.
All right. So we're now 16 seconds out in front of Sainz and Leclerc and Verstappen, who pitted. Who pitted. Tires are getting a little bit warm. Yep, that's all right, man. There comes the rain. Here comes the rain. All right, so we want to send one car into pit first. So we're going to box. Wait. Come on, Lewis.
Copy.
We're going to box Lewis first.
Rain is imminent.
All right, so we're going to box for wet. Lewis Hamilton, box for wet. And we're just going to stock George Russell as well. Let's go aggressive with him. And we want to box him as well. We want to box him as well for wets. So we're going to stock
everything you got.
Or drivers now for those wets. Hamilton now in front of Perez. Perez right on him. Remember, guys, once you see 100% on the rain bar, that means it's going to be heavy rain. So intermediates are not going to cut it in heavy rain. All right. So we're going to push in both our drivers.
Valtteri has now pitted.
Valtteri has now pitted. We're way ahead of Valtteri, so I don't know why they're telling us that Valtteri pitted. As Russell push to get in before Hamilton and possibly get out. Let's see if Perez is going to be going to pit. Now everybody's going to be going to pit for wet tires. There you see them going for wet tires. If you did not see that 100%, then they would have pitted for intermediates and not wets. All right, so 2 millimeters. Perez did not come to pit. Perez did not come to pit. Oh, this is definitely going to be a great 1-2 for us, guys. Definitely going to be a great 1-2 for us. Hamilton going for his wet tires. All right, so we're on our way out after stocking. There we see Sainz and Verstappen coming back to pit after a huge mistake from their team. Huge mistake from their team. All right, we're going to cut back our tires to standard. Cut back our tires to standard. And we're just going to be going. We're just going to be going here, guys. And Perez should stop. He should be slowed right now compared to our wets. Perez should be super slow. So we should close down that gap on Perez. Let's see how much time he has on us. 11 seconds. Somebody spawned in sector 3. Did somebody spawn? All right, so there is Perez right there behind Albon. Yep, Zoe spawned. He run wide. He was on his wets, and he got the little running wide there. But we should be closing that gap on Perez. As you can see, the gap is closing super fast on Perez. 6 seconds now behind Perez. And Lewis and George is just burning it. And these tires are good to go to the finish, so we could go very aggressive on these tires. But this is going to be our first Mercedes first 1-2.
Just pushing. Understood.
Mercedes first 1-2. There is Perez now going into pit.
So
and we're just use that clean ear or that back marker ear because we have a back marker right there. As Russell out there in P1, Lewis Hamilton in P2 here, and we'll just let them drive. If what we could do is to switch Hamilton and Russell to give Hamilton that extra points for the championship, but he has to work for it and catch up to Russell first. All right, so if he catches up to Russell, then we'll do that. But if he does not catch up to Russell, then we will not do that at all. All right, so we have a nice lead out there, Hamilton and Russell. We have a level seconds lead on Perez basically, and we're good to go to the finish. So it's a matter of just speeding by now to the end of the race, because I doubt they're going to be catching up to us at all. So let's speed it up. Lewis Hamilton still behind George Russell. If Hamilton catches up to Russell, then we'll make him pass on team orders. So because he's higher up in the drivers' championships. But if he does not catch up, Russell is going to be driving to the victory here. So we're going to speed up a few more laps as we're all on our own. No challenge, nothing to stop us from getting or a prize here unless one of our drivers crash, which would be very horrible. But yeah, let's keep pushing.
Now we see
so it seems like Bottas spun out. Let's see. Oh, too much on the gas there. Too much. You can see the rear a little shaky there at the back. You can see the rear a little wobbly at the back there. So Lewis catching up to Russell, 3.5 seconds behind. So he's gaining on George. Probably it's the traffic that slowed up George a bit, but let's see. If he does catch up, then we'll give him the win. But if he does not catch up, Russell will keep the lead. He has to work for it. We're not just going to slow Russell down to let him catch up and get the points. He has to work for those points. All right, let's speed it up a bit more. All right, so it seems like a car crashed. Safety car is going to be deployed. A car crashed.
Safety car.
Oh man, that's not going to be good for us. Safety car, that's not going to be good for us. A car crashed. That's gonna drop all our distance that we currently have is gonna be eroded. So for now we're gonna cut down to conserve, cut down to harvest.
A big crash here.
Cut down to harvest. Let's see if we can get a look on the crash. So it looked like a two-car collision between Stroll and Albon. Did the thing come up to let us see the crash already? Looks like we missed it. Looks like we missed the thing that will let us see the crash. And the safety car is going to be slowing down all our lead right now. We're going to have to go back to pushing at the start of the race. That's not good for us at all. That's not good for us at all. All the rest are going to be catching up. Oh man, it's crazy. We're just saving right now. We don't really need to save the tires, so we could keep those to standard. We're just saving on fuel and on ERS for right now, as we go around with the safety car and the others catching up. Let's speed it up a bit. Perez, Sainz, and Verstappen just catching up here. It took them quite a good amount of time to catch up, as we see a lap car coming up behind us here. So we have a little distance, I would say, to when the safety car is gonna go in. We have a little distance, and we're saving on fuel, so we're gonna go and push on those fuel with that extra fuel at this restart. So let's speed it up.
Safety car in this lap.
All right, so the safety car is gonna be ending in this lap, so we're gonna go push
Safety car in.
and push with both drivers so they pull away as fast as they possibly can.
Think back, let's lift and coast.
All right, so we want them to go aggressive as possible. There is no DRS because the track is completely wet, and Lewis will have to pass Russell on his own. We're not gonna give him any position here. He'll have to pass Russell on his own. So it's nice to see we pull off 2 seconds, 1.9 seconds lead on Perez now. And there goes Hamilton down the inside of George Russell for the lead. He just kind of cut off Russell there. That was crazy driving. Let's cut that to normal. We didn't put those on to normal. We didn't put those to normal. And Perez is now right on the back of George Russell. Whew, that was a crazy pass from Lewis Hamilton. Let's hope Russell now can get away and pull off on Perez. Let's see if more heavy rain is going to be coming. So no more heavy rain. It's going to be light rain from here on out. So we want our Russell to pull away from Perez here. Use that ERS and pull away. We're pushing on fuel because we have extra fuel. And he should be good enough to hold off Perez. But that was a crazy run from Lewis Hamilton to pull off and block off Russell there. He basically just cut Russell off. You know, that was crazy. But anyways, let's keep going. As the back markers slowed them up at the restart and gave us a good little opening. So we'll have to try to keep Russell out there in front of Perez at all costs. Right, we're pushing. We could go aggressive on the tires. Go aggressive on the tires. We could go attack on the tires so he can pick up the pace. So let's go attack. Let's go attack on the tires so both of them pick up the pace and use these tires. Let's go. All right, here comes George Russell. Nice. Picking up some time now on Perez. Looking good. No DRS, so he has nothing to boost by us. Oh, man. So Russell now pulling away. Doing a great job here on Perez. Let's speed it up a bit. All right. Oh, look at that. Russell run off the track. Man. Look at that. Oh, no. No, George Russell, no. No, Russell running off.
Let's look at this.
What happened, George? No, oh, no. He ran right off and then he just stopped. No, where is he going to come back on the track? Please don't come back way in the back. P8 is where he came back on. Man, and he's way off. We'll have to keep pushing him. Hopefully he can catch up to P7 is where the money's at. P7 is where our money's at, guys. And George Russell just went off. Tires are getting warm. Let's cut that back down. He created a beautiful lead on Perez. 2-point-something seconds on Perez, and he just dropped way back here. Now he's way behind Valtteri Bottas. That was crazy. That was crazy. Tires are getting a little bit warm. I don't know how the tires are getting warm, man. Yep, they are getting a little warm. All right, let's cut them down to standard. He's pushing too hard. He probably could not manage the push. Let's see if those tires starts to cool down. Yes, they are. Nope, they're still a little warm. As you can see them in the red. Still a little warm are the tires. Though we've cut them down to standard for him to cool them down. Now we're seeing them getting a little cool down there. Nope, they're back in the red. All right, we'll keep them right at standard, and that should be a good window for them to be in. While Hamilton tires are a little warm, are a little warm. We'll keep them right there. Keep pushing. Come on, George Russell. Man had such a beautiful lead.
These tires.
Come on, man. Use these tires.
Copy.
Man had such a beautiful 1-2. We were set for a 1-2 finish, and George Russell just run wide. Man, that's crazy. All right, so we had another 100% rain that we didn't see. So it's going to be picking up. The rain is going to be picking up now to very wet. Hopefully Hamilton doesn't spin off. And Russell is basically dropping off. Is he all right, looks like he's gaining on Bottas here, guys. So P7 is where our money is at for a bonus. So we want to get him back into P7 at least. At least back into P7, George. Let's cut up to overtake.
And overtake as well.
So he could push. And let's cut him up to attack.
Bring it.
So he can push down that tires. Pick up that pace. Hopefully he doesn't spin off the track again. Hopefully. Because I don't know what happened to him there, man. Don't know, definitely. Alright, so we're gaining on Bottas here. Almost within 1 second. Really nice. He's pushing, pulling. Gaining on Valtteri. Want this position from Bottas. We have overtake engaged. Let's see if we can go and pick up at least back up to P5. Would be nice. Let's see. Gaining. Let's speed it up. Alright, so we're right on Bottas now with George Russell. He has overtake engaged. So he's putting up a pretty good drive. He has attack on. He's going all out with fuel push. So he should be able to squeeze on the inside line of Bottas on one of these corners. And take that position from Valtteri. Here we go, around the outside. George Russell, there we go. Picking up Valtteri. Pulling along. Let's go hunt down Gasly. After he was in P2, the man spins out, man. Let's go hunt down Gasly. We saw it. Let's go.
Let's have a look.
Let's take a look.
Now, just watch the Mercedes.
Here we go. Round the outside. And we got Bottas out the way there. Alright. Let's go see if we can pick up on Gasly here, guys. Let's speed it up. Down Pierre Gasly. And we're right on him. But our ERS is a little used up right now. So we'll have to cut back that to harvest. And kind of chill behind Gasly for a second here. Or can he get him down the inside here? Let's go, George. Get that off my screen. Let's go. George. Did he get Gasly? Looks like he got him. He's in the lead.
Good job.
He's in front. He got the better line on the corner. So he's going to push Gasly wide. And he's going to take that position. Great overtake there from George Russell up to P6. Now let's see if we can go and continue push to go and catch up to Leclerc, who's 3 seconds up the road. There he is right there. No DRS, so you have to do this naturally, Gasly. Naturally, nothing to give you any boost. So 2 seconds up the road is Leclerc. Let's get the hunt on him. Lewis out there in the lead, so we can cut down those tires to neutral. And we'll just let Russell continue to push his tires as he charges his battery pack. Let's speed up until we catch up to Leclerc. Alright, so there's a serious crash happening here, so it's going to be a virtual safety. Yep.
Safety car, safety car.
Oh, it's going to be a safety car.
Keep the delta positive.
It's going to be a safety car. We're not going to pit at all.
Big shunt.
Lewis Hamilton is going to be losing all that gap that he created again.
Right,
Man, let's take a look.
There's Schumacher.
Schumacher. Ooh.
goodness me,
Ooh.
that is a serious collision.
Man, that's a crazy crash right there. That was a nasty one in the rain here.
And the team had such high hopes today. What a shame.
All right, so safety car. Let's cut down to standard. As we continue to, we're gonna go to conserve to harvest back some fuel, and we can let our ERS charge back up ERS as the safety car is deployed. All right. So Lewis is right on the safety car already, and Russell is going to be right on the back of Leclerc, so he has an opportunity again to try and get the win here. Depends on how much laps the safety car is going to stay out. Let's speed it up a bit until the safety car is ready to go back in. All right, so our battery pack is fully charged and ready. Fully charged and ready as the safety car goes around again. Is it going to be going in? Tires are getting a little warm. Don't know how your tires are getting warm, George Russell. Honestly, I don't know, but we'll keep them at that temperature for now. All right, so we see the safety car not going in this lap, so we'll speed it up until the safety car is going to be going in.
Safety car is in this lap.
All right, so safety car is in this lap. We're going to cut our drivers back up to push. Back up to push. And we're going to cut our, let's cut up to ERS to overtake. As the safety car is going to be going in. So we'll cut up to overtake. And we have everything on push, as we want an aggressive start from both our drivers here. And see if we can go and pull away with Lewis Hamilton. And pick up some position as we go very aggressive. And let's see if George Russell can use the slipstream here to pick up Leclerc all the way down. All the way, George. Not today. He's still there. Still there. All the way. There we go. Picking up Leclerc. Nice drive from George Russell. Let's see if he can go now on the outside.
Good job there.
Is he going to go on the outside of Max Verstappen? He tried. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He got that position. Great drive from George Russell here. One more car and you're back on the podium, Russell. One more car and you're back on the podium. And we're just going to let our drivers push for the remainder of the lap. 2 laps to go. We're going to go up to attack on these tires. And we're going to push George Russell. Oh, one more car. Come on. Come on, George. One more car. Hamilton pulling away, so he's good for P1. It's just a matter of Russell now getting Perez for P3. Let's go, Russell. You were in P2, man, and you spun off, you run wide. All right, so Russell is using too much of that ERS, so we're gonna have to save some for the final push, so we cut that down to normal as Lewis pushes. All right, final lap. Can we get Perez here in this corner? Can we? Let's go, Russell. There he goes. Now out to the outside. He's going to attempt it. He's going for it. No, he's still too far away. Not going to be able to get it there. Last lap, George Russell. Last chance. All the way. There we go. Down the inside. Oh! Oh, no! Look at that. Perez oh, man. We hit Perez. Oh man, that was a crazy drive from George Russell to get P3, but he slammed into the side of Perez. Perez closed the door on us there. Oh man, that was a crazy door close from Sergio Perez. Perez basically closed the door. Oh man, Lewis Hamilton, there's a crash. Let's see that crash involving multiple cars.
Watch this. We're looking at Lando Norris.
Lando Norris kind of slow. Oh, Lando Norris kind of slowed up, and Mick Schumacher just came out there, slammed into him. Is that going to be a virtual safety car? It's the final lap anyways. Hamilton for the win. Here goes. Russell cannot do anything. He slammed into the side of Perez. Lewis Hamilton taking the win. George Russell P4. Great drive from both drivers here. Russell spun out. Man, the man spun out. It should have been a 1-2 here for Russell and Hamilton, but it didn't come out. exactly as we would want it. But P4, P1, great finish at the Austrian Grand Prix. All right, our strategy prevailed here. We should have gotten a 1-2, but it didn't come through for us. But we'll take a 1-4. Still a good finish. Hamilton should get some good points, and we should earn some good constructors points there, as we are now bringing the fight to Red Bull and Ferrari. Not yet out there in the lead to control races, but yeah, we're definitely getting there with better strategies. So great drive from both drivers. Let's go to the podium celebration. There we go. Great drive from both our drivers here.
This is a result truly
A lot of
worthy
safety
a
cars, a lot of
champion for Lewis
crash,
Hamilton.
a lot of incidents, but we prevailed in this one. Well done, Lewis. I kind of don't like when Lewis Hamilton wins because I'll show you why I don't really like when Lewis Hamilton wins. I'm happy for him to win here, but sometimes I kind of don't like when he wins, because that's 2 million of my money gone, because I have to pay him a bonus, a winner's bonus fee, and that's like 2.8 million of my money gone. But great drive, well deserved. We want him to challenge Verstappen and Leclerc for the championship. So yeah, definitely a good drive.
This was a good weekend for Mercedes, with the results to match.
They do say success breeds success, and I'm sure the team will be hoping that holds true.
We played the weather beautifully, as the AIs kind of messed up on strategies for the weather, but we played the weather beautifully in our strategy, and it paid off for us here. All right, next race up is France. All right, so there we go. Lewis Hamilton, George Russell came back to pick up a position. Driver Championship, Lewis Hamilton overtaking Carlos Sainz. So he's right behind Max Verstappen now, George Russell in P6. Constructors Championships, Ferrari still in the lead, Red Bull second, and here comes Mercedes with a cool third, still holding, and we're bringing it for a challenge there. All right, so this was what happened. There we go. Now for our experience, Lewis Hamilton getting the development points, that's nice. And there we go. All right, or your rookie driver getting the maximum amount of points as well for each race. So this is why I don't like when Lewis Hamilton wins, because you can see we've earned 6 million and we basically lost 2.4 million to Lewis Hamilton for bonus right there. All right, and we lost money from sponsors. What did we lose? Performance guaranteed. What was that guaranteed? Oh, fastest lap. So we lost some money for fastest lap there. That's all right. But yeah, that's why I don't like when Lewis Hamilton wins, but it is what it is. We'll take our 4 million and we'll run with it. Let me know down in the comments how you guys are doing in your save. Let me know, smash that like button to show me that you're enjoying the series so far, and use code word finances down below to let me know that you made it to this portion of the video. Really appreciate you guys for all your support. That's basically going to be it for this one. See you guys in the next one. Peace. All good, guys. Bye.